You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
Donald Trump's recent comments about the war in Ukraine have caused quite a stir, not just in Washington, but especially in Moscow. Speaking at the United Nations and later online, Trump described Russia as a paper tiger, suggesting that its military campaign in Ukraine has been both aimless and ineffective. He went further, saying Ukraine is now in a position to fight and win back all of its territory in its original form, remarks that must have landed like a thunderclap in the Kremlin. It's not the first time Russia has bristled at being belittled. Back in Barack Obama's presidency, when Moscow was labeled a regional power instead of a global one, the insult was taken deeply to heart. Now, Trump's words are being treated in a similar fashion, though the Kremlin's reaction has been somewhat restrained. Dmitry Peskov, Vladimir Putin's spokesperson, brushed off the paper tiger jab, insisting that Russia should be thought of more as a bear, and that, unlike paper, a bear is no weakling. Still, Peskov made it clear that Moscow does not believe Ukraine can reclaim its lost lands through fighting. According to him, any suggestion of such a victory is mistaken. At the same time, he tried to strike a diplomatic note, emphasizing that Putin still values Trump's stated willingness to seek a peace settlement. That dual tone, defensive yet cautious, is not unusual. The Kremlin has often taken a deep breath when Trump makes surprising or sharp remarks, choosing to respond in a softer way rather than escalating rhetorically. Why such restraint? Russian media has hinted that Moscow sees Trump as unpredictable, perhaps even influenced by the last leader he spoke with. In this case, President Volodymyr Zelensky. The thinking is that Trump's views might still be swayed, and that Russia will have opportunities to restate its case in direct talks with U.S. officials. Indeed, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has already been positioned to make Russia's case at the UN meetings in New York. On the ground, though, the war is grinding on, and Russia's economy is clearly feeling the strain. International sanctions, high military spending, and a wave of Ukrainian drone strikes on refineries have contributed to fuel shortages and rising costs. While the Kremlin denies any economic crisis, its own finance ministry has proposed raising VAT from 20% to 22% next year, specifically to fund defense and security. It's a sign that even as Russia projects resilience, financial pressure is mounting. Trump's comments may have sounded bold, but they didn't come with concrete new measures. No fresh sanctions, no ultimatums, no deadlines for peace. Instead, the U.S. is largely continuing its current policy, supporting NATO allies, who in turn provide Ukraine with weapons. Trump even left himself wiggle room when asked if he still trusted Putin, saying, "I'll let you know in about a month." So while Trump's sharp words painted Russia as faltering, and Ukraine as capable of reclaiming everything it has lost, the practical reality is unchanged. Russia insists it has no alternative but to continue the war, while Ukraine continues to resist. For now, the world watches as the rhetoric heats up, but the battlefield remains just as brutal. Stay subscribed for more videos.